Hi, good evening, students. Welcome to Unacademy YouTube. I hope you all are doing great. Let me also open my YouTube and check. All right. So, this is basically the part two of our. Hi, Alok. Good evening, beta. How are you? Very good evening. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much, beta. I hope you are good as well. So good to see you back. Hi, good evening. Let's just wait for the others to join in. All right. So, like you all know, that the last class itself we had already done. You're a new student. Okay, all right, Dheeraj, good evening. Welcome, beta. Welcome to the class. Last class we already had taken the first part of entrepreneurship. The first part is already done. Today we'll. Hi, Abdullah. Very good evening, beta. Welcome all of you, and I hope all of you are doing good, safe, and sound. Today we would be starting with the second part. Very good evening. Very good evening. Today we would be doing the second part, and let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask me and comment on the section. Welcome to all my dear students. My name is Professor Urmi Chakravorty. I am your plus educator for Unacademy on the platform. This is a little about my life and what I have done, and I'm glad to share with you a little about my achievements. Um, so, yes, let me just take the laser pointer. Yes. This is a little, and I'm hoping that you have a great time with us at Unacademy and learn. And if you have any questions and doubts, please feel free to share across. And this is entrepreneurship for class 12th, okay, for the CBSE board. Now, a little about the plus subscription features. I know you all are aware of it. Today, I would be teaching the second part of entrepreneurship better. Okay, first part we have already started. Second part I would be taking today, Abdullah. Okay, and we have practice section, mock test, live quizzes, everything. We all know that sitting at the tip of your home with the phone in your hands, with the laptop in front of you, it is kind of very easy to learn from the top educators of the country who explain you every single thing, and the newest baby of Iconic, which will give you a personal mentor and tutor, where your parents will be able to connect with them, get to know all your updates. Of course, because there are some students who need personal attention, and there are some of the slow learners also, and which is completely fine. For that, an academy brings the best out of you, and you can go ahead and check the Iconic subscription plan as well. Along with this, you can use my referral code and unlock the subscription plans and get a 10% discount, and it's Urmi Live. Abdullah, I'm going to teach entrepreneurship beta, class 12. Okay. You can use my referral code even for class 11 iconic subscription, for class 12th plus subscription, also for class 12th iconic subscription. And as you all know, no cost EMIs are also available on the 6 months and above subscription plan. So go ahead and check it out. And all the features are already being given to you. So make sure that you don't forget to go and check the same. All right. The previous class we had already done the learning objectives of this chapter, where we wanted to show you what do you mean by the business environment, what do you mean by understanding the concepts of funding, understanding the concepts of opportunities. It's relate with the subject, ma'am. With subject, ma'am. Entrepreneurship is basically bit of business studies. It's about management. It's about starting up your own venture, to do your own business, to do your own startup, and all these things are an important segment at the entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's how it is being related with the other two fields. All right. So we have already done these first modules, half of the part, and I will exactly start from where we stopped the previous class, so that it becomes easy for you to move ahead. Okay. Now, uh, last class we did till the ability to perceive and preserve the basic ideas. Okay, and today I'm going to exactly start from the ability to harness different sources of information. We had done this the previous class, but I don't want you guys to get confused, and that's the reason we're going to start from here. Hi Sagar, I'm doing great beta. How are you? मैं एकदम ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हो? I'm absolutely doing fine, guys. Okay, so let's just not waste any time. Student of humanities, I'm sorry. This is a humanities subject, beta. Class 12th, this is a humanities subject, Sagar. And you don't have, sorry, Abdullah, and you don't have to be sorry. This is an optional subject for class 12 students, okay? So that's completely fine. I understand you're from humanities, and people from humanities background have taken this subject. So just like psychology, this is also an optional subject. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay. So the ability to harness different source of information, see, it's very important for you to know that why do you want to get across and know the idea of you know business plans, or know what is happening in the market, and that is the reason you need to know the right sources, because otherwise it will be very difficult for you to sum up the you know history student. That's great, Abdullah. Okay, so it gives you this basically information, and the ability to harness different sources of information helps you and brings you together to know various sources of knowledge, that what is happening in the market. Okay, how much you have to score to probably beat your competitors, what is the performance these people are giving which you're not aware of, and etc. So this is one angle which is known as the ability to harness different sources of information, and it has different role calls to play. Okay, so different sources like magazines, journals, books, all these things are very very helpful, and it gives you an idea and gives you a push and creativity to do something better in order to start up your own business, or in order to start up your own venture. Next is vision and creativity. Now, creativity is innovating a solution and vision. If you have an idea, you have to probably think how to generate it, and with a valuable solution to a problem. You cannot just say that I have an idea and let's see. It has to require people who can hear it, people who can support your idea, people who can help you get through your business. And once the solution is identified, okay, once your solution is to identify the vision to convert a solution into business opportunity, then you will have different ifs and buts. You will have to see that how are you going to move towards the overcoming of your obstacles. There will be ups and downs, there will be barriers, there will be challenges. They are constantly either overcoming adversities, exercising the control over business. All these things are a major game in business fraternity, where you as an entrepreneur have to understand how to take up the challenge and what is the responsibility and how to buck up and move ahead. It is very very important for you to understand these possibilities and these solutions, or keep this vision in your mind. And hence vision and creativity is very important, because if there is no innovation, then there is no change, or there is no uh, identification to a solution of any barriers or obstacle you are facing. Now, environment scanning. This is a very important concept. Why? Environment scanning is also defined to all the condition and forces external to a business unit. Now, see, guys, this term is only to explain you that when you're gathering information or when you can see and changed condition, which is going to play an important role, okay, you incorporate these examples and these observations into a process where necessary changes are made. And this is basically the right to information, which we have discussed even in the previous class. This decides your organization or your business future viability. Okay, this expresses your future viability. Now, when you speak about the concept of what you call viability, viability is as simple as explaining that ability to work successfully, okay, or to survive and live at your successful conditions or grounds. If an entrepreneur is not aware of the environment surrounding his or her business, he or she will definitely fail. If you know that your business is not doing good, you have to probably buck up to either get profits or either try to do something in order to uh, make it successful. You know, environment scanning plays an important and active role because you have to understand your business. एज एन ऑन्टरप्रिनर अगर आपको आपका बिजनेस डूबता हुआ नजर आ रहा है एंड यू आर स्टिल नॉट ट्राइंग टू डू एनीथिंग अबाउट इट, देन इट्स अ मेजर लॉस. then it's a major loss. And that is the reason I keep telling you that please go through the chapter. uh, Banafshi Dhar, what is today's session about? Hi Banafshi, good evening. This session is basically for class 12th entrepreneurship optional paper. So this is the entrepreneur opportunity part 2 which we are doing. Okay, so this is how you probably adapt to a change, and you need to know what the business is taking you, where are you leading with. If your business is not safe, you have to work for it. You are the one who's going to work for it, nobody else. If it's your business, you have to take care of it. Yeah, for example, you have a partner in your business, both of you try to work towards and striving for excellence, fair enough, but you have to work for it. You want to make sure that it is the right environment. It's a one rule of a thumb which applies, that if you don't adapt, you don't endure. As simple as that. You have to adapt and you have to accept the challenges and the barriers, whatever comes across all your way. Now, what is the importance of environment on this? See, there are different benefits of understanding. Why is it relevant to understand your business? Why do you need to make sure you know the gravity or sensitivity of the environmental factors? Why is it crucial as an entrepreneur? For an entrepreneur, okay, if the company is able to adapt it to its environment, it would succeed in the long run. For example, Sony is failing to understand the changing trends in mobile phones, and therefore it's losing its market share. It is an appropriate question point. Sony is still bringing those models which nobody is using, and that is the reason it's failing. You have to adapt the change. You look at the other brands in the market. Everything is playing a huge gimmick, and they have different marketing strategies. Sony is failing. It's not understanding only the changing trend which has come, in the market supply of phones. The benefits of understanding the relevant environment of the business is to know what is happening, adapt to it, try to change it, and that is the reason how you grow. You might fail. Business, opportunity, everything, it's a balancing ball game altogether. But to identify an opportunity, you need to know the importance of the environment, which is your surrounding, which is your market. You cannot probably just say that, no, I don't want to do it. जैसा चल रहा है वैसे चलने दो. How? You will lose on it. You are losing on it. If there is probably, you have a lipstick brand, okay? You know that people are going to buy this brand. You suddenly keep a price of 2,000 rupees. Now, there is only one segment of people who will be able to express and spend 2,000 rupees for one lipstick. Maximum people will go and prefer the brand which is 500 rupee or probably 200 rupee. Either you make your business into that level that people, agar 10 mein se, even if 5 people are buying, your brand can still sustain and survive. Fair enough. If nobody is buying, then your business is going down straight, boss. And that is the reason importance of environment is very important. in your daily life and your daily challenges which you come across. Okay, now what is the next one? Identification of opportunities to get first mover advantage by keeping in touch with the changes in the external environment. Okay, now an enterprise can keep what do you call basically identify the opportunities to find strategies. Okay, this is not working, let's plan something like this, let us segment it this way, and it can work. You have to strategize. There needs to be a plan. Ki chalo, right now school colleges are not working, it's okay. Even if we are paying the teachers, let's just make sure that we give them online classes. If they're taking online classes, they have to give us a proof how many classes are they taking in a day. Only then the salary will be credited. It's a strategy where they are balancing the game. Otherwise, the balancing is not going to work, guys. Okay. Now, next is when they are showing, for example, the Volvo, okay, the Swedish brand has 74% share in the luxury bus segment as it had entered India earlier. We all know Volvo buses, okay, the big brands, big buses. Formulation strategies, okay, formulation of strategies and policies. What does it do? It will identify the threat. Now, SWOT analysis, what we studied in the previous time, what we are going to study in detail today also, tonight also. Formulation of strategies and policies, it helps us identifying the threats and opportunities in the market, guys. Okay, it helps us identifying threats and opportunities in the markets. These can serve as the basis of formulation for strategies and counter the threats and capitalize on opportunities in the market, what we are seeing around in the environment. Useful resources, knowing what you're going through in your external market, maybe profits or loss, whatever. Okay, it can tap raw materials, technology, financial resources. It's about the fiscal development, up, down, here, there, forwarding, or moving at the back. It's completely sure economics, guys. It's economics here. So it is about the resources from the market at economical prices at the right time, where they are discussing about the brand. Next is better performance. Okay, before starting with better performance, any questions still here, guys? Let me just have a look at YouTube. Before moving to the next slide, any questions or any doubts still here? Is it clear? If you can show me a yes, no, thumbs up, then we move ahead to the next slide. Okay. Okay, ma'am. All right. Lovely. Chalo. So now moving ahead with the next point, which is better performance. See, guys, performance is one of the elements which is very important, again, to deal with the external factors of threats and availing the opportunities which are available in the market, or probably uh, create them. Okay. Next is sensitization of entrepreneurs to cope up with rapid changes. If you are not ready to adjust with the changes what the market is giving you, if you're not competitive enough to face the current challenge or technology, or get into competition, adapting to the different government policies, changing needs of the customers, you're designing one product, now nobody is taking it, it's still going on. Now there was a product which was being loved and you have stopped making that product, people have it demand, and you have to understand why do you need to remake it. It goes on. There are different products, people have raised huge cases on Johnsons and Johnsons for so long, and I think Johnsons and Johnson's baby powder has been into the market since a long time now. It's an example. uh, People who trust the brand are still buying the brand. and the cases are still going on. People are still having debates over whether to buy, whether to not, and people who want to, they are still buying it. I think that's one of the examples which you can take in terms of the profits, or probably the market study, up market and how. Next is sensitization and better performance. They have given you an example again in the trends of clothing industry, which I told you, a design maybe. First is image building. If a company is sensitive to the external environment, it will come out with the new products and services to meet the requirements of the customers. Ultimately, what is the goal? To satisfy the customer, who are probably a part and parcel of your business game. This would be building the image or the reputation of the firm in the eyes of the public. For example, the radio taxis, they have GPS features. Okay, they have online booking system, and you feel it very this is at a comfort of your fingertip. You download an app, you booking something, you're happy about it. If you're not happy, you can give a feedback. It's just a online booking segment where you can probably deal with it, whether you can decide whether you like it or you don't. This is the segment where all these factors are very important. Now, SWOT analysis, I told you, everything here depends on the matrix of SWOT analysis of the environment. Why? Scanning the environment, which is important, that what is the current requirement and need, what is the internal analysis, what is the external analysis, what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, including internal and external. It can include money, it can include the market, it can include your man force, it can include um, challenges which are coming across in your business. All these things can play a major role. You just need to understand why. And this plays a major role in terms of understanding the market game. Okay, so this is one sector of analysis, and hence SWOT plays a major role in this segment. Okay, environment analysis is basically known as the entire concept of understanding certain things in an economic ground, as well as in a non-economic ground, including commercial, non-commercial. Everything is a boon or bane factor here. Okay, this is to determine the opportunities and threats to an organization, guys. Okay, to an organization. Now, such an analysis which involves data collection, guys, anything without research cannot prove any sources. You need a proper research to understand the market for both your survival and growth, and for your development. Okay, for information. Can you explain me again? Yes, sure. What I'm trying to tell you here, Alok, is SWOT analysis is very important because you have to understand the strengths, the weakness, internal analysis, external analysis, opportunity, and threat. For any business, you have to know all the four of them. How will you otherwise strategize? What is your plan? How to overcome your fears? How to do better in this? How to probably give your best shot? When you're stabilizing and when you're bringing and focusing on a business, you need to highlight all these issues, right? Otherwise, how will you play in this game? And hence, SWOT is very important. And this, in environmental analysis, they have defined it. It is including economic and non-economical strategies or environment, etc. And all these things includes. These are basic goals of the development and growth of an entrepreneurship. Okay, for any sort of business to strategize all these things, these are elements which are required. These include verbal information from customers, what they like, what they don't. Okay, wholesalers, what is the price they are ready to pay, what is the price they are not ready to pay. Know their market, because ultimately you're not the only one who's doing business, you're doing it with people. There is an entire group which is included and involved. Retailers, distributors, there is a margin. You have a margin which is kept, कि भाई इतना प्रॉफिट मेरा है, इतना मेरा मार्जिन रहेगा, this much money you will get. That is what is known as business, guys. That is what you're doing here. You're doing an environment analysis where you're studying about all these things. Okay, there has to be a strategy to plan out all these things, and to know the records of other companies. What is their financial stroke? How much are their fundings? What are their profits? Where do they go in loss? So to understand your own brand and business and startup, you have to read about the others also, no? Otherwise, how will you differentiate and how will you strategize the plans? Clear, Alok? Is it clear till here, beta? All right, lovely. Next comes the entrepreneurship environmental factors. Now, this is also the same thing. By the way, environment analysis, or what do you call environment factors, are interwoven concepts. Okay. Now, environment and entrepreneurship basically refers here to various forces. Now, why various forces? I told you. Okay, I already told you. It includes all these things. I think even in the previous class, I told you about the pestle business environment. Why it is important. Okay, it includes all these customers, suppliers, intermediators, competitors, general public. Most of the things you have to know from them. Most of the things you have to tell them. It's a give and take, guys. It's a micro environment as well as a macro environment. Micro is at a small level, macro itself is a big level or a broader concept. Example, micro is a family, macro is school. That's the difference. Micro is small amount, macro is a bigger amount. It's the concept which differs. So pestle I had already explained in the previous class also, where I told you about the political model, the economical model, social model, technological, ecological, and legal model. Guys, to understand and start up your own business or understanding an entrepreneurial opportunity, these factors play a very important role. Why political? Because it includes taxation policies. How will you do things without understanding the stability in foreign trade regulations? It cannot be understood, right? Secondly, is economic. Economic is very important because this is about the cost and availability. How will you do business if you don't understand money, guys? Economics is there everywhere, every subject, every discipline. Things cannot just function without economics or understanding the money part or the give and take or the profit and loss here. Next is social. The social cultural environment includes the population demographics, okay? Social mobility, income distribution, lifestyle changes. That is how you keep changing. That is how the level of consumerism comes into picture one by one, adapting, changing, adapting, changing. Thus, it's very important. Next is technological. Technology plays a very important role right from the post-colonial period to pre-colonial period. Technology and industrialization has seen a major drift of obsolescence in different areas. It is about clear funda is about development, guys. We are talking development. We are talking about the speed of transfer and rate of growth here. And the last is legal. Okay, this covers the areas of employment law, monopoly, legislation, protection laws. Damn important to understand the segments of these areas. Why are these important? Hence, political, economic, social, technological, ecological, and legal. All these things are very, very important. Ecological, why? Because it's including the environment. Okay, that plays a major role. Now, this is an example of the airplane. Okay, now imagine that an airplane is planning for a business for the next 5 years. Any industry, aviation industry, I took here in the book also. It's given the aviation industry. Why? Because they are giving you the pastel factors which it should consider and what are it what is it consisting of. Political unrest or terrorism, they will not fly a flight when they know that the times are wrong, or probably these are very important segments and sectors where they have to go through these points, that why they have to look at the counter features. Now if anything is going on wrong in one place, okay, they have to think whether they are going to fly here, or what are the challenges and what are the threats which they might face as an industry. Very important. Very, very important. Now it's clear? Okay. Let me just go through the comment once if I missed any. Is it clear? Okay. So do we move ahead now? All right. So in this, for example, the airline is planning to expand over the next 5 years. Following would be the pastel factors it should consider. Political, I told you, they might just look at the segment where terrorism is considered or unrest. So, some tensions are going on. They will think before doing something at that grounds. Okay. Next is economic. Of course, they have to think about the oil prices, exchange rates, taxations, VAT on fuel, the economic boom or depression. Now, again, this is clear economics. I had already told you, business is a lot to do with economics. It's an interwoven concept. That is the reason it's called as business studies. Okay. Next is social, the change of population, size, fashion. You know, including increasing the willingness to go on short breaks. Probably you can plan up a holiday. Holiday. Okay. Hi, Srijan. Good evening, beta. Hi, Srijan. Very good evening. And for this, social changes are very, very important. Next is technological, engine efficiency. Why is it important? Hi Srijan, good evening. Hello, hello, welcome. Very good evening, Srijan. How are you? Fine, ma'am. That's great. That's great. Welcome, beta. Welcome. Okay. Next is technological engine efficiency. Without that, how will the airline plan stuff? That's also important because safety net. Next is ecological, concerning about the environment and the emissions from jet engines or the noise or the resistance to airport expansion, whether it is a fit to expand, whether it is okay to work on the same thing which you have, the space, the lookout, all these segments are very, very important. And the last is legal. Guys, understanding why is there, for example, your flight gets cancelled. If your flight gets cancelled, how would you just go across and ask for a refund here? You need to get a refund, right? How is that possible? Through the legal team working for a better development. Okay. Hi, beta. Am I late enough? Yes, you're pretty late, but it's okay. You can still cope up. We have few more minutes to go. So I think another 20 minutes you can definitely be a part and learn and cover the aspects and segments. Okay. So the legal team works for the compensation. Okay, whenever you book a flight, you have seen that you probably do an insurance. You click on the insurance, 120, 300 rupees goes to the flight. If anything happens to you, will get a mediclaim, something like that. We usually don't click it to save 300. But these are few points which goes into directly the legal sections and accounts. way they think about these kind of consumer legislation, or compensation for cancelled flights, safety, security of the customers, and all these things which are important. Next comes the problem identification. See, guys, now this is a roadblock situation, because there will be challenges and there will be times where you will not understand why there is a block and what solution do you need. So, as an entrepreneur, you have to be very sure that you have to uh, keep working out these challenges where you know there can be troubles, where there can be you have to understand that you have to identify the problem and work for the betterment of the same. It should clearly state the problem, identify what is the problem, target the issue, try to work for it, try to do work for the betterment of the same. It's very important, guys, otherwise it's going to be a big major risk. And why major risk? Because of course it is how it is. Okay, now here, moving forward, find the market acceptability of the situation. Okay, to the problem uses of problem identification. See, if you're an entrepreneur, no, this basically is the concept which helps you to give you a reason why you need to be more focused, career oriented. Hi, Sajidur. Hi, Sajid, beta. Hello, hello. How are you? Saidu Jaman. Hello. Very good evening, beta. Welcome. How are you? Chalo. Okay then. This includes to be creative. This includes you to bring new products in the market. Okay. That's great. Lovely, lovely, fine. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Uh, there are new websites which come up. Okay. You have to keep searching for them. You have to keep updating yourself with the current do's and don'ts, what is happening in the atmosphere. All these things are very important for you to understand. For example, the nurseryadmissions.com. These are just websites where you can just go ahead and check stuff. What is the current food which is flowing in the market, the instant foods, knowing the market problems, knowing so many situations you have to face, guys. And hence, your market situation needs to be, having a proper study or a research. Next is an idea generation. See, idea plays a very important, guys, role. And this question, this might definitely come. What do you mean by idea generation? Or why is it important to generate an idea? So the process of creating, developing, and communicating ideas, okay, which are abstract, concrete, or visual. Sometimes your idea has a definition. You exactly know what you want to do with that idea or the process. Sometimes you're not aware what to be done. Sometimes you choose not to understand or skip on the issue. Okay. And sometimes um, you just don't know where to lead. If your idea is there but nobody is believing on you, or nobody is counting, nobody is willing to fund you or fund on you, you still have to keep trying, guys. You cannot just give up, because this is how you work for on an idea, and this is how you develop a serendipity to achieve great goals and process your entire generation, create something which is different and something which you want to streamline. And the streamlining happens only in the process of ideas and generation of the ideas. Okay, this is one thing. So, idea generation, the process of creating, developing, communicating ideas which are abstract, concrete. Okay, idea generation is a creative process businesses use to generate new ideas, whether they are tangible or untangible. It involves gathering ideas, research, testing, editing, or revising. Absolutely. Very well written, beta. Correct. 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 And you have to be aware that all these points are very important in order to fetch a convenient outcome or conclusion out of it. You know, the process of generation itself is described to be something which is, a reference point here. You have to streamline the process. The idea aaya, how to work for it, what to do, how to create it, etc. So it's absolutely correct. Very well written, beta. Okay. Idea fields are also the same in which you work for the the process, how the entrepreneur is working on the scope of thinking, that what I'm thinking, is it going to come across in a proper way? Will people believe on my idea? Will I be able to put it across on the table as a business, or will I be able to commercialize it? That's important here. Now that's a point which I want to ask you guys. Will you be able to commercialize the idea which you have inside? Will you be able to work on for your own dreams and bringing it on a very productive scale? Last is natural resources here in the points. See, last time also I showed you that, desired by forest resources, there are natural resources, there are existing uses, potential uses. This is basically this is something which is given to you as an idea. Okay, that how ideas can be generated based on the natural resources. This is just an idea for you, in which the slide they're only showing that how can the ideas be generated as per the natural resources. A product or service may be desired from the forest resources. See, agriculture, horticulture, mineral, animal husbandry, wind, sun, human resource. From what lumber they are existing uses a timber, furniture or wood based products. It's an idea, guys. Okay, citrus or other fruits, it's creating juices and they're selling it in terms of the bottle juices. Yes, Kratika, I know, beta. I remember, that's the reason I told you. Very well written, the answer is correct. I know you're Kratika, I know, beta. I got your name, no? 4-star gaming, I understood. That's why I told you can definitely be there for more 20 minutes and learn. I know. Probably I missed out on your name, but I know you're Kratika. Welcome, Kratika. Okay. So this is a segment where you already know that through natural resources also they have done some business. They have done beautiful ideas. They have come up with different thought process. Flowers, they're selling the flowers in the market. Okay, they are making bouquets, floral decorations in marriages, in big functions, birthday parties. That's business only, no, guys. That's plain, pure, sheer business. Don't you think so? It's properly business. Any questions still here, guys? Kratika, any questions, beta? Okay. So now, next is existing products or services. I told you, whatever you can see on the screen here, the products which are there from the natural resources, they have turned it into an idea. Okay, ma'am, you remember me? Yes, of course you remember. I remember you. You come in all my classes on YouTube. You came for the previous class also where you wrote about the research definition and you told me, ma'am, whether it is right or not. See, I remember you wrote the last time also, you wrote a definition and you told me, ma'am, please check it if it's correct or not. See? Right? Okay. So the next one of existing products and services, a business idea, which is a great business idea, it combines skills and imagination and the market demand. Of course, all the three of them are very important to streamline a business opportunity, which is very, very important. Okay. Okay. Correct. So, a business opportunity or idea often comes from everyday problems that someone solves. It's not mandatory that if it's your business, you only are the problem solver. It might be someone else who is doing it. Okay, who's doing it? It might be someone else. Okay, a business opportunity is basically an idea which you dreamed of. You wanted to invent something. You do a market study. Entrepreneurs who always look at ways to make an existing product or service better can be successful as those who create and invent products. Why I'll tell you, because they already know कि if this business has come up, ये लोग कहाँ मार खा रहे हैं and what are the segments which we want to work on, and let me do it and try it this way. Because he already has taken an idea from somewhere else, probably stealing or probably executing it and putting their own minds and brains on the same. Now there are reasons also. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they pass. It has to be done skillfully. If it's not done skillfully, then problems can arise for sure. Okay. All right, Pratika. Okay. Now there are a number of pros and cons. Now what are pros and cons? There are, positive sides as well as the negative sides of the product lines. What are they including of? Keeping up with the competition, guys. If you are providing a business, if you are into the business of startup or entrepreneurship or a journey of doing commercialized product business, in this competitive market, you have to expand stuff, you have to think of your clients, you have to take it into a new direction. Sometimes you have to work for the revenue, sometimes you have to fail, sometimes you have to adapt and change your strategies, planning. All these things are very important. Competition say you have to keep up always, always. Okay, for example, you have your own hair product store, okay, which is selling the flat irons to iron your hair and straightening. So more and more places are selling ceramic irons, as hair experts say that this is better or that is better for hair. Okay, now in this case, it would be very advantageous of you to update the products to reflect the latest in the technology. That this is an advertisement, they have started bringing up a new product which can do straightening, curling, everything. You also update your product. Why? To increase the sales, because ultimately you are going to work for the revenue collection. You need to have profits. Imagine the first product, you sell it up in Amazon, Flipkart, all the websites. It's available in the e-commerce market. It's a business strategy. So you're keeping up with the probably competition which is already there. This is resulting into profits, and this is a profit which you require. So thinking about the existing product service can generate a number of ideas to improve them or to provide cheaper substitutes in order to bring the reduction in the prices which are there in the other products in the market. So this is something which you have to do, and this is a competition. It's a very competitive market. You need to know where you are and how is your game point strong. Next is market driven or demand driven ideas. Okay. Now, sometimes it is about the market size, the market competition, analyzing the market trend, getting the right information on time. You have to remember idea generation is very knowledgeable, very creative, and very systematic. It develops from the knowledge of the consumer, the market, expectation of the consumers, the general environment, and it takes the newness in product or production or marketing or sales, or probably whenever there's a season, people go and do more shopping. Why? Because it's the sales peak, and you need to create a for the sales peak you need to create a sales pitch. These are the terms which we use in entrepreneurship and which we use in business. These we are going to study more in when we are studying deep in the conclusion of business strategy. Trading related ideas, another thing, along with service sector ideas. Why? Because here you come across and study about the local or the global market, export and import comes into picture, e-commerce, which are all making trading a very wide area of enterprise. Of course, something is not available, you send it across the other places. It's a ball game you're playing. It's about profits. It's about launching something which is a huge risk, but you're very sure about the product which will do a boom in the market. International global market, up market, large size departmental stores, okay, chain shops, umbrella markets. These have all become omnipresent. You need to just study about what exactly are these. Okay, last is service sector. Why? Because these are service sector ideas in which it's not restricted. It's not that the world is over. You have to understand that there are new opportunities which can be identified by understanding the linkages of different business activities as well. Okay, if the idea is generated through the market research, such studies give on entrepreneur information about trends of demand, supply, consumer taste, and preferences called market driven ideas. Yes, Kratika. And market driven ideas are very important. And market driven ideas are very, very important. So it's exactly, it's correct. And that is the reason you need to know when to, how to uh, control, uh, tangle and tangle and stop, you know. Correct. Okay, now, so the list of opportunities ready for taking in the food or the other service areas are very long. Okay, you need to know that Indian fast food, or food like burgers or pizzas, popcorns, they might find a lot of favor. Okay, why? From the Indians across India. And why are they saying this? Because right now, about this segment, we have different age groups, we have different people who work for this. uh, they have their own local, you know uh, what do you call, food stalls, etc. Here, MacD and Pizza Hut can be role models in terms of efficiency of service, hygiene, quality. Although these also sometimes go down, definitely. But here, the entire concept of where it is very important it to be Indianized. Why? I'll tell you. Because outside countries they use a lot of beef and pork and sea fish. But here in India they mostly prefer chicken and mutton, or probably veg. So there has to be a difference in the segment. Not that people are not eating, but compared to both the countries, the menu has to be Indianized in that way. You know, मैम entrepreneur subject UPSC में भी useful हो सकता है क्या? Yeah, I mean few points can be useful better, because it has economics also, no? Because it has profit and loss, it has uh, concepts such as economy, uh, pestle, in which there are role of technology, uh, and why you can do things. So somewhat 40% yes. Okay. Creative efforts, on the other hand, is very important. Now, why creative efforts are important? Because we have seen that creativity is very important for an entrepreneur to understand ways that how an idea can be generated. Okay. Yeah, of course, finding a new process, finding how to do it, finding the right concept in the right mind with an existing product or service, a concept which can be bear in mind. These are all very creative things which has many problem solving ideologies and kicks also. And then the transformation of ideas into opportunities. While the initial spotting of ideas, the basic idea is there. Okay, there is an idea. तो 10 लोगों को बोलोगे, उन लोग अपना अपना thought process बताएंगे, then you know whether you have to do or not, how to do it. You need to understand, no beta, that what is done, is it right or wrong, and do you have to work towards the betterment or not, right? Is it clear? Any questions or doubts still here, guys? Okay. Clear? All right. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you, Bita. Thanks, Pratika. Okay, now the next slide on conversion of idea into opportunity. यहाँ से लेके the rest of the things I would be taking in the conclusion part, so that you guys are not confused about the last 3-4 slides which are remaining. As you can see, we have to study about innovation, elements of innovation process, and all these things I would be taking in the third class. Okay, that's the last class for entrepreneurship, first chapter, because of course it's a lengthy chapter. I did not want to wrap it up for just 2 classes. So third class I will be taking mostly tomorrow, and please join the Telegram channel and follow me on my Unacademy profile, which is already given down there. Once again, any subscription plans you want to take, you can put across Urmi Live, and you can crack and unlock the subscription plan and get a 10% discount. So make sure that when you join me on the app, you can do and unlock it through this. All right. मैम, आपकी यूट्यूब पर सोशोलॉजी की क्लास कब होगी? मुझे उसमें भी ज्वाइन करना है. Okay, Kratika, I think sociology I'm going to take after the entrepreneurship third class gets over, because if you're asking about 11th standard, I would be taking that in this next week only. And if you're asking for class 12th, then I might take it after the 15th. Okay, because I'm just waiting for one more chapter to get over in the revision segment, and then I'm going to take the next class would be basically on the sample paper discussion on class 12 sociology. So anybody who's right now watching class 12 people and folks, please inform your friends that I would be doing a sample question discussion on YouTube, and make sure that you join the same and you let your folks know. All right. So yeah, thank you so much, all of you, for joining in and for watching. If there are any specific papers which you want me to take it, of course, I would be covering the rest of the portion of entrepreneurship as well, on special classes and on YouTube, unless we start it across on the Plus platform. If there are anything, I know, Kratika, I know. I would 11th standard. I told you the next week only we will start, so you can follow me on my profile and you'll get the updates, beta. Anybody who would still want me to take any special uh, chapter which you have not sure of, feel free and comment on the segment below, and I will take it from that. And thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. Stay safe and good night. And thank you, Alok. God bless you. Take care, beta. Stay safe, and I'm going to see you guys very soon for the next class. Good night. Sleep tight. Stay well.